in conscious recovery, I talk about the 4 rooms of existence, and it's an acronym PIES: physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. And a lot of what we're talking about right now is the physical. And when I mean physical, it's like what we can see, touch, and taste, right? The physical world. Yes, it's our physical body, but it's also, as you say, community, action. You know, that's why when you get into 12-step programs, they say change your playmates and playpens. In other words, you're probably going to have to build a new community, right? And so in that room, that new habit is really important. That's why community is so vital in early recovery, because we want to replace that we could call unhealthy. I'm not a huge fan of that term, into something that's healthier. I would say useful or not useful, or is it supporting the person I want to become? The deeper work here, in addition to that, because that's very important, we want to start to look also at the habits of mind in the intellectual room, our habits of emotion. A lot of times that's running from them. That's the habit. I'm running from them. I'm numbing them out. I'm burying them. And then there's this spiritual room. And to me, I use that term. That might not work for everyone. If it doesn't work, we just talk about the deeper awareness of this trauma and shame and the disconnection that has happened. And how do we start to change the neural pathways? It's not only behavior, because what happens is this: a young child, for example, like I worked with a client who was born into an orphanage and was not held for a year. So this person had severe attachment wounds as an adult and was really wanting anyone to love him. And so he found himself in relationships that were abusive because he was desperately needing love. And so if we're only looking in the physical, we would talk about the patterns of that. And we might say, well, of course you're in this relationship because, you know, that's all you know. And you don't want to, you desperately need this relationship, so you're not going to do anything to lose it. Something deeper is happening here, and that is there's a shame core, there's an attachment wound, and there's some core decisions that this person made at a very, very young age. And the habit, if you will, or the brilliant strategy was, please love me, please love me. We call that anxious attachment. Oh my gosh, please love me, and then I'll be okay. And it most likely worked in some way in the beginning. And so the deeper awareness or the deeper work is starting to heal the actual underlying core false beliefs and the energy associated with that, healing those core wounds, because it's not just about choosing different relationships to create new neural pathways. Of course, that's important, but there's also this, which I hear a lot, and I certainly said, I know that, but I don't seem to be able to do it. And that's where the deeper work comes in. So it's not either or, it's both and. We look at all 4 rooms, and the deeper work of creating new neural pathways, which is exciting to me, is getting down and changing some of those core beliefs. And it actually changes our physiology. And this is like, we're living in really exciting times where we once thought DNA, genetics, the brain was solid. Now we realize, wait a minute, we can actually change it. Some would say through behavior, and I would say yes, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually, we can start to change these things over time.
Yay! I feel like I need some pom-poms.
Yes, what a blessing, right?
Sending you lots of love. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check out one of these lovely videos. Thanks for being part of this community, and we'll see you next time.